Right, 14 June 2025, and today I've got the beginning of our program, a big program that is going to go very, very far. And this is to do with the protest against Tagwirei. Tagwirei is very corrupt, and he has become the face of those people that want to sneak into power. Tagwirei wants to sneak into power, and he wants to destroy our country. So we're going to deal with Tagwirei on the 1st of July, 2025. There's going to be a protest, and we're starting to organize. Tagwirei is not going to get away with it. And let it be clear that this may look like a joke, but very soon, Tagwirei is going to understand. This afternoon, Tagwirei has started campaigning in Nyanga. This follows his campaigns in Chegutu and also his work in Masvingo on the Land Tenure Committee. Tagwirei is the face of corruption in our country. He has never started a business that is not a tender. There is no business that Tagwirei has ever started that is not to do with the government. And this is the current government of Mnangagwa and the previous government of Mugabe. So Tagwirei is actually the problem, and he wants to sneak into power. Let's not allow Tagwirei to sneak into power. And currently, we are in the process of organizing. Tagwirei is behind the arrest of Nyoka Mabunu. He's the one who put people in South Africa who caused the arrest of Nyoka Mabunu. Tagwirei is now working with other people that were previously working with the guys in the military, people who have been paid. And today you've seen some of those people are showing themselves. So every Zimbabwean must now participate. And last year, at this very time, we were busy with the Zambia protest. Now we're going to be busy with the Tagwirei protest. 1 July 2025. Tom Doneza, Tagwirei Tom Doneza, Anodona. Let's make sure this man doesn't sneak into power. Let's make sure that Tagwirei doesn't collect billions and billions, which is then going to use to fund his campaign in 2028. Tagwirei's plan is to destroy everyone else except himself. Then he's going to become the president of Zimbabwe and destroy our country with corruption. This man is going to be so corrupt, you have never seen such corruption in your whole life. Let me tell you what Tagwirei has done. So just last month, this past month, Tagwirei has completed an $88 million interchange at Mbuzi, now called Trababalas. And that project was supposed to cost $25 million. They have stolen no less than $50 million. on that project. The project was late, and it resulted in the closure of Lafarge Cement after Tagwirei took over that company and used the cement from that company for free on the Trababalas interchange. When the company closed, they had to get cement from Zambia. So for Trababalas or Mbudzi interchange to be completed, they had to use cement from Zambia. Tagwirei is very corrupt. And then Tagwirei is on the land tenure committee where they're trying to sell land which was repossessed. They're now trying to sell it back to people who were allocated that land. A monthly fee is going to be payable, which means they are now all paying rent to Tagwirei. Tagwirei is very corrupt. And now, today, we have had the announcement that Tagwirei has been awarded the tender to repair the Victoria Falls Road, which has been damaged for years and neglected. Tagwirei is now going to be repairing this road through 3 companies. So not 1, not 2, but 3 companies with his cronies, that is Obey Chimuka, Nomeni Chimuka, and Musowe, as I am displaying here. Tagwirei and his cronies are very corrupt, and they work with Mnangagwa to steal from our country and put your money in their pocket. So as I said, they caused the arrest of Nyoka Mabunu because he was talking. Tagwirei is the one that sponsored people that got Nyoka Mabunu arrested. Do you want Nyoka Mabunu to stay in jail, or do you want this to be dealt with? So on the 1st of July, there's going to be a protest until they reversed the allocation or the project. It should be moved away and the proper tender should be done. We don't want projects that cost so much. The road is going to cost no less than 8 billion to run. So let me tell you what is going to happen. They're going to run to build the road. Then over 25 years, Tagwirei is going to run that road. Every tourist that comes into this country will be paying rent to Tagwirei. So Tagwirei is going to be your boss in land tenure. He's going to be your boss at Victoria Falls. And he has bought up all the banks. He has bought up all the fuel depots. He owns everything in the country. And the man now wants to sneak into power. Let's stop Tagwirei from sneaking into power. So I think I've got someone who has joined here. Someone that I want to speak. I want to keep it short so that we can send it to the groups. And I know that most of you don't understand. We did this last year. It's going to be done. And other people are going to join us. 1st of July, Tagwirei Tomdonetsa. He wants to sneak into power. Let's not allow him to sneak into power. General Sole, are you ready? Show me your finger if you're ready. Show me your finger if you're ready. Okay, that's great. General Sole, how are you doing this evening?
I'm well, Mr. Gambakwe. How are you?
Fantastic. Let's quickly go into it. You have seen the announcement that Tagwirei has been allocated a tender. There are 5 companies that have been put on this contract to fix the Victoria Falls Road. There has been no formal tender. No one has bid, and everything was done under the carpet. What do you think, and what should we do?
The problem we have in Zimbabwe, Mr. Gambakwe, is the problem of corruption. And that corruption is orchestrated by the system. And that system is the biggest enemy of the people, as I always say. There's one thing you need to understand with the ZANU-PF. They always align their criminal acts with the law first before they put it into action. So what I can say, I am in support with everything which brings change. As much as you are saying the protest of the 1st of July against Tagwirei, I'm in support if that is what the people want. But we need to be very careful over that, because every crime which is committed by the system which is also orchestrated by ZANU-PF, will always be aligned to law. What I'm trying to say here, they twist the law to actually support their action before they do that action. So we know that Elder Tagwirei and all the people in the system, they are playing organized criminal acts, which is depriving opportunities to other people in Zimbabwe and also robbing the country from what it must develop. So I can say, let us watch this issue closely and also organize the people to see if they are going to bring up any action which can oppose whatever is the move. But my personal opinion is to think that action after the conclusion of their decision, in this case of giving him the tender, might be a bit late. But let us see the power of the masses if it is going to twist anything.
Okay, General, I've heard you, and I think everyone knows you. You are a man that does a lot of analysis. But I think what we need here is to bring our people back to memory. When we went to Zambia, everyone was waiting. When we said people must protest in Zimbabwe, people were waiting, people were arrested. 2 months ago, Mdara Geza called a protest. That was on the 31st of March. No one showed up. A month later, he called a stay away. No one showed up. Our country will be stolen and finished if we let people behave in this way. What should we do? What will trigger our people onto the streets when someone is stealing like this? I don't think that it's normal for someone to want to steal and get 88 million at Mbudzi, then soon after go to Land Kenya, and then soon after go to Victoria Falls. When is he going to be satisfied?
Our political direction in Zimbabwe needs correction. That is what I can tell you, Mkoma Kambakwe. Why am I saying so? At first, we have got people who are active in the politics without clear knowledge. Our people are full of anger and are using emotions. But politics does not operate using sympathy. Whoever is benefiting in the system will always stay on the platform of benefiting. And whoever is deprived of the opportunity will always stay on that position. Therefore, before we can confront this, I think there is a whole wrong thing in terms of how we approach this thing. As long as we are still personalizing the criminal acts which is happening in Zimbabwe to one person and think that if we go after one person, we are going to change this thing, it is going to give us a problem. But as for President Mnangagwa and Elder Tagwirei and all these people who are said to be Ganandas, we understand that is a narrative which was sold by the faction of ZANU-PF, and that is well informed, you understand. But the fact, as much as we are attacking the people, let us also have a political way to attack the system. By so doing, it is going to conscientize our people, and our people will have the unit of purpose. The reason why we don't have cooperation from the people, it is that we don't have a unit of purpose, you know. The division which was sown by the political drive of the country is actually controlling everyone. So whenever you speak, you will be having a handful of people who will be listening to you and a handful of people who will be opposing you. The first thing we need to work in Zimbabwe is unity, accountability, so that we can start seeing progress. The reason why people don't respond to the cause of stayaways, the cause of protest and all this stuff, it is because we are trying to activate political action on the divided nation with the divided people. So we need to first us as the political actors, the old political actors and the new upcoming political actors, first bring together the people under one unit of purpose. Then we are going to sell a narrative to support that unit of purpose. And that must be a unit of purpose which will serve the country and the interest of the Zimbabweans. That is the first stage. And I'm saying my opinion on what I believe here. So we will never have obedience to the political calls of whoever, as long we are not starting from the point of unity as a point of departure. Then have that unit of purpose. What exactly do we want to see in each and everything we put action into? And we must have one.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea.
Yes.
Let us get everyone who's got a platform, who's got a party, who's got a grouping, who's got a movement together. Let us all fight against one common enemy, which is corruption. Let's not allow Tagwirei to sneak into power. The reason why we're targeting Tagwirei is because he wants to sneak into power. Do you understand what he's doing? He wants to become the president of Zimbabwe. He is not in any political structure. He has been the beneficiary of corruption from day one. And he's now the problem in our country. Tagwirei is now the problem. If you look at what is happening with the currency right now, it's because of Tagwirei. He's now owning the banks. He's now owning everything, the land. He's basically owning the land now because of the land tenure. And he's now owning all the contracts. Any contract that comes out of government, it either goes to Obey Chimuka, or it goes to himself, or it goes to his wife. Did you see what he did today in Nyanga? That guy is very corrupt. He's corrupting people in the army. Do you know what he's doing with the contracts in the army? So Tagwirei is becoming a threat, not at present, but also in the future. Do you understand why it's important for everyone not to have inertia and to move on him?
I understand what you are saying, Mkoma Gambakwe. But out of the population of the people who are active to do that, how many people understands it? The channel of looting in Zimbabwe, how many people understand that? That is why I'm saying, from the point of our departure into activation of our people to go into action, did we have time to teach them what exactly needs to be done and what we are attacking? That is where I was talking about the unit of purpose. Tagwirei and President Mnangagwa might have been in this system, benefiting from this system. But the main problem is that it is an organized crime. The people can activate action, and I advocate for that. Because what is running short of every zeal we are trying to put to change the country is the action and people acting in one purpose or one mind. But the problem we are having is that every time the system of ZANU-PF does something, they always align their action with the law to such a point that when you try to act, I can tell you now, you are saying this didn't go through under the tender procedures. But I will tell you, Mkoma Gambakwe, go to the files today. There are shelved companies which has already tendered and bid that tender, and it was done procedurally to give to Tagwirei. The organized crime, which is being driven by ZANU-PF, will never allow anyone to actually justify the action. Every time they do it in an organized way and making sure it is procedural. This is what we need to actually resolve to solve that X as the political actors in the country. But as for the action, I am 100% in support of the action. But we don't need to act out of knowledge. You understand? We don't need to lack knowledge on how we are going to activate our action. This is a political action which is needed to counter corruption, which is attacking the country. We have got clear understanding. There is no medicine in the hospitals. There is no infrastructure in the country. There is no working currents. Teachers are striking. Nurses are striking. All those problems which are having, but no one is giving himself time to approach that. But we are having so much inflated invoices, which are there, like what you said, 88 million was used to do goods interchange instead of less than 30 million. But how many people understand that? If we can bring the people of Zimbabwe to understand how the country is being robbed of the opportunities, then it's fine. Let us go into the streets.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, General, is I'm going to add one person. I'm going to Jacob, just come here and talk. Is there anything else you want to say before I call you again sometime later this week? Because we're continuing every day until we get to the 1st of July. And obviously the detail will be given. The protest will be in Zimbabwe and in South Africa. We're going to make sure that we organize and people go up against Tagwirei. But obviously the detail is going to come. Is there anything else you want to say before I let you go?
The most important thing which I want to say is that before we can do anything, in as much as we are marketing the protest as part of the guests who are also coming to this platform, make sure that you communicate the purpose for this protest, and the people must all come under that unity of that purpose and be conscientized on what is the importance of public participation if ever we are not pleased constitutionally. So we are going to win this war. This is the only thing I can say.
All right, thank you very much, General, and I'll see you again very, very soon.
Thank you so much.
Right, Mkoma Jacob, how are you? I hear me, Mkoma Jacob, you're on mute.
A new investigation is raising serious questions.
Right, go ahead, Mkoma. You've got a few minutes to talk. Yes, talk, Mkoma. We can hear you.
Joint report now by Important Stories. The OCCRP reveals the key parts of Telegram's infrastructure.
All right, guys, I'm sorry. Mkoma Jacob is not able to talk. Let us recap what we said. On the 1st of July, we're going to have a protest. Various groups in South Africa and in Zimbabwe are going to go up against Tagwirei over the awarding of a contract for the road between Bulawayo and Victoria Falls. That road has been awarded, or that contract has been awarded without going to tender, and no one knows where that decision was made. There is going to be a reversal. You are going to see a reversal, and Chigananda Tagwirei is not going to be allowed to sneak into power. So these are the companies here which are owned, the same companies that did Mbudzi interchange. You are going to see that they have been allocated again the work for Victoria Falls and Victoria Falls to Bulawayo without a tender. The bridge at Mbudzi was overinflated from an amount of 25 million to 88 million. It was late by more than a year, and there is a lot of problems. One day this thing is going to collapse because of the poor and shoddy workmanship here. Already someone has died after a crane collapsed here, and who knows what kind of workmanship has happened down there. So they are now going into Victoria Falls to do the same, and Tagwirei is trying to raise as much money as possible for his campaign in 2028, where he wants to become the president of Zimbabwe. So let us not allow Tagwirei stop this man, and the protest is going to happen on the 1st of July. Stop Tagwirei, stop corruption, and we're going to be coming every night talking about Tagwirei and unpacking the evil that is bringing upon our country And don't wait on the sideline. Don't wait and say you're going to be invited. Invite yourself. Go up against Tagwirei, and we're going to be bringing everyone on board. Tagwirei is responsible for the arrest of Nyokai Mabunu. He's the one who sent people here to get him arrested. He is the one that wants to take over on the 2028. He wants to take over and become president, and is then going to steal everything in our country. So stop Tagwirei and don't allow him. So I think we've covered everything. Mkoma Jacob failed to join, and we'll be back every evening. We're going to start inviting guests here every evening. The organizing is going to start taking place. And as I said, the protest is going to be in Zimbabwe and also in South Africa. For the first time, the people of Matabeleland, don't allow yourself to have only companies from Harare building a road in your province. There is no single Matabeleland North province company here. This road is in Matabeleland North. There is no one here. Obey Chimuka, Nomen Chimuka, Kudata Gurei, and Musowe from Matabeleland. So does it mean there's no company in Matabeleland that can build a road? Let's stop this thing right now. Show people power. People of Matabeleland, you are the ones who are very close. These guys will not build that road. That is the 1st of July. Tagwirei tom donetsa. Anodona, Muroi, Tagwirei, Muroi, Nevan Vake, Tenza, and whatever, Masimba, Vese, Ngamasimba Lao. Atidi Tagwirei kuti apinde mu president. Atimudi mun uyu. He's trying to sneak into power through corrupt monies that is gathering from everywhere. Our economy is collapsed because of this man. That's why he's on sanctions. He's on American sanctions because of the corrupt activities. Command agriculture. Do you remember that? This man is the one that has collapsed our economy with his corruption. How many times did Mdarageza say Tagwirei is corrupt? So do you want Mdarageza to come back again and explain to you something so simple? Gadone, Tagwirei, and all his people. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and don't just watch us. Participate, become part of it, and WhatsApp me on this number. We're going to make sure that this gets done. We will not fail. Tagwirei is going to lose. Mnangagwa is going to lose, and he's not going to sneak into power. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow on the same topic. But in the morning, obviously, we'll do the trending news as usual. Thank you very much, and a good night to you all.
Zviri kumedza gold ifanika anaconda taona pazobuda nana tironi komanda ngoti takajamuka